Hey guys, happy new year. Hope you guys had a beautiful new year. Hope you guys got home safely and you partied all night long. Me personally, I stayed home. I watched a little bit of TV and that's about it. I probably went to sleep at about midnight after New Year's, a little bit after that. Played a little Candy Crush. Yeah, I stayed home. Maybe because I'm older, I don't get out as much. I do have a little date night here and there. But as far as anything else, no. I think I partied my younger years up out of here. Um, so yeah, that's done and over with. And as you guys know, I started my 5 milligrams a couple weeks ago. Took my third shot of the 5 milligrams on Saturday, and I've been doing pretty good with it. Um, I think the next day I get a little nauseated for a few hours here and there, and then I'm just good from here on out. I have noticed that, hold on, let me do up to date. Up to date so far, I am 20 pounds down. Of course, I don't see it, but I feel it. Um, as I can say, as I feel it, I went to the mall for the weekend on my little 4 mini day vacation from work at home, of course. And basically, I just had to get out. So I went to the mall, went to go look at the puppies that I want that I can't buy right now because I know it's going to drop out in my arms some way, somehow. But $2,000 for a dog, I cannot afford. I'm pretty sure I will see someone one day selling them, and it won't be that much, for sure. Don't mind me, I'm at home working today, as usual. And so, yeah, I walked in the mall, and usually I probably get halfway through the mall and my knee is killing me, right? Killing. I gotta sit down, at least take a break. 10, 15-minute break, something like that. I can get back up, start it again. Probably get through the other side of the mall and this shit just be in pain, right? This time, 20 pounds down, guys. I walked from one end of the mall, from JCPenney, all the way to Macy's before my knee started acting up. And that was a long way, I must say. I was very impressed. So I sat down for all a bit of 5 minutes. I was, enjoying my little sit down. Then I had to get up because this little old lady came next to me with her husband. And honey, I don't know what she was eating, but she would, I had to get up. I was like, oh, no, I do not do ASMR. And I definitely don't do ASMR next to my damn ear. God bless her. I had to get up out of there. So, and I also, sorry, I'm getting over a cold. All that shopping I did around all those infectious people that, unbeknownst to me, got me sick. And I got sick in December. No, I got sick in November when I was shopping. I should have known all the little kids up in there and doing all that. I got sick in November and I thought, oh my God, it's a head cold. And haven't been sick in years. And I thought about it, I would say that same day before I got sick, I was like, man, I should have wore a mask because I know better. All these kids up in here, all this coughing. And it's mostly the men too. They be, don't even cover their mouth. Don't get me wrong, there's some nasty ass bitches too, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, I should have worn my mask. And I kid you not, maybe a few days later, I got this gnarly ass head cold. And then I was like, damn, that's the first time I got sick in years. And so, here comes December. I was like, man, I need to do a couple more shopping so I can complete my Christmas, So I'm up in here Didn't think I should have wore a mask because you should know everybody and their mama's up in there shopping. It was so packed. It was so packed that it was warm. You know what I mean? Because everybody breathed. It was so warm. So yeah, stupid me again. I didn't think I was gonna catch another cold or anything like that because I already caught one before. I'm good. System already fighting stuff off. I'm good. Vitamin C up, vitamin D up, all that. I'm good, right? No, 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 mommy. Kid you not. I felt a couple days later tickle in my throat and my nose. I was like, damn, please don't let it be. Hurry, took some emergency vitamin C. Tried to see if I can catch that before it start going even worse. Didn't even work. Next thing you know, the next day my nose was running like a faucet. Running. It was crazy. And I was like, oh, nah. But this time it was different. It was more of a runny nose than it was last time. And then it went into my throat. And I was like, damn. Then I started coughing and phlegm and all that other great stuff that you get. Yeah, so now it's been a week. I still got, still got a nose. No, it's not running or anything like that, but I still got to blow it here and there. At least I can breathe now at night. I can breathe through my nostrils because breathing through your mouth is not the business. You're talking about waking up with dry throat. Even if you drink some water, the stuff is not even hurry up trying to lubricate those vocal cords. And then I have this cough that's not going anywhere. It's like persistent at this time. So I have this hoarse voice now on top. So yeah, it's just a whole ordeal. But anyway, back to the mall. So I'm walking through the mall. I sat down there for 5 minutes, got up because old lady, all that shit, right? So I get up and I'm down by Macy's. I walk the whole bottom floor, go up the escalators, and now I'm going to walk the whole top. So after I did all that, I was looking at the doggies. Oh, they're so cute. There was a Chiweenie and some poodles, and they said it was a Yorkie, but it didn't look like no Yorkie. And then some other dog, like what the one that Queen Elizabeth had, one of those. So yeah, so I'm just walking and looking at everything, and it was just nice. It was very therapeutic. So I really enjoyed walking the mall. I wanted my partner to come, but he didn't want to come. He's tired. So I thought, what the fuck, I do it by myself. So anyway, so I'm walking, I'm enjoying myself, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just probably go to, what is that damn place, the chicken place somewhere, people be talking about it, talking about it ain't that good and stuff like that. I was like, okay, well, I'll probably go to that place. It's on the tip of my tongue. Raising Cane's, that's what it was. I was like, I'm just going to go to Raising Cane's and get me some chicken and some iced tea because, I can only eat once. Now I was sick, I just might as well do that. So I was like, okay, I get to the mall. I'm like halfway through, and then I'm ended up by the food court. They have like a sushi place, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just get some sushi instead because it'll be a little bit more healthier. So I go into the sushi place, and I pick the first little green little plate. They have colors, yellow, green, red, blah, blah. So I kind of find out green plates are like $5.95 a pop. I'm like, shoot, the other sushi place I went to, the highest one was $4.95. I was like, maybe because it's a mall. But anyway, so I'm up in there. I taste the first plate. I didn't care for it. And then I had about 3 plates. So that's about 12 little rolls of sushi. Honestly, I could have stopped at 2 plates. I got the one and I didn't like it. It wasn't what I liked. So so come to find out the way my stomach is set up, I could have stopped at 2 plates, right? Because 2 plates I was like full. So that's like 8 little sushi rolls. Yeah. So I grab my stuff and I get going. I don't know why everyone thinks that you're supposed to tip for everything. I do tip when I go into a restaurant, but that's a revolving thing. Only thing they gave me was some water. You know what I mean? I don't want to piss anybody off or anything, but I do tip. My tip is, when I go into like a real restaurant and I sit down and I do this and I do that. But I was in there for all a bit of 10 minutes, and I don't think I should tip for 10 minutes of me pulling a plate down. Love it or hate it. Come at me if you like. So anyway, so I left from there and I'm finishing my walk, and now I feel like I am super full off of 8 slight little pieces of sushi. So I'm gonna have to walk this food down because I can just feel it just sitting there. So I see this little arcade, this like throwback arcade, and I was like, ooh, nice. So I played the this arcade I used to play back in the 80s when I was younger. I think it was not Centipede, but like the little things that are coming down. So I think it's Space Invaders. As I think it is. You know how the bugs come down and you gotta shoot them before they get down to your stuff. Yeah, that's what I was playing. That was pretty cool. I had a really good time playing that. And then I had got up and left from there, and I finished walking out the store. Of course, I bought this place was closing, so I bought a little thing from there. All right, so anyway, let's move on. The eating. The eating is a must. I can do breakfast. Either I can do like a breakfast bowl and a coffee, or I can do a protein shake. Either or can fly. It really depends on how I'm feeling. For lunch, basically, when I take my lunch at 1 o'clock at work, and I kid you not, that lasts me for the entire day. And I don't eat after that. I do have a protein shake just to, sub for the dinner part. Because it's the thing is, I can either eat once or twice a day. And it depends on how much full I am from the next day, kind of plays into how I eat breakfast. So yesterday I didn't have breakfast. I had my husband went to KFC, so I tried their chicken sandwich. Let me tell you, the chicken sandwich between that and Popeyes, the difference is KFC has more meat in their chicken sandwich but no seasoning. Popeyes has more seasoning, but they have more crispy crust before you even get to the meat. That's the difference. So anyway, I had that, and that kind of tied me over to when I went over my grandbaby's for her birthday. She just turned 1. And so all I was able to eat, they had spaghetti and salad. All I was able to eat was the salad. So that pretty much cured that puppy for the rest of the day. So just a little thing, that's how I eat now. Sometimes it's breakfast, sometimes it's just a protein shake, and then it's like lunch/dinner, and then I'm good for the rest of the day. And then if I want to snack, I usually eat some corn nuts or something like that. So yeah, that's it for that one. So yeah, I do feel that 5 milligram hits a little bit differently. And also, if anybody knows, I need a better scale. I think the scale that I have, I just got from a local store, and I think it's like 3 to 4 pounds less, because when I weighed myself at home and I went to my doctor's appointment, the weight was totally different. It was like 3 to 4 pounds off. So here I'm thinking I'm such and such, but when I went to my doctor's appointment and got on their scale, it was something else. I was like, ooh, nice. And my doctor was like, oh, so I see you lost 15 pounds. I was like, corrected 20. He was like, well, I said, yeah, but when I went to weight management, it was a whole different weight. So 20, sir. So anyway, speaking of that, so I went to my doctor's appointment and we went over some things because I had to reestablish care. And basically he was telling me, hey, you don't need to go back to the weight management because you're not going to get the surgery, right? I said, no, I'm not getting the sleeve. No, I'm not getting the bypass. I'm not getting none of that. I figure if this is the Zepbound is not working, then I need to do something else. I don't know, but surgery is nothing I wanted to do because I've not heard any good things about the surgery. I mean, some people they have good stuff, but I see too much negative, and that's not what I wanted. And I just don't want my stomach cut. I just don't. It's nothing that I want to partake in. I mean, kudos to anybody who does it. If that works for you, may the odds be in your favor and everything positive happens and you lose mega weight. Me personally, I don't want it. I just don't want it. I mean, if I was 600-pound life, then yeah, and I have tried everything and nothing is working, and then yeah, I would probably do that. But I'm not 600-pound life. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Did somebody do this one already? Let's double check. Yep, already done. So yeah. That is where I am. So basically he said, okay, well, since you're not doing all this, well, I was supposed to have an appointment with my weight management on Friday, but they are on strike, so I can't do that right now. And so they like, okay, well, we'll keep your appointment for February. Fine. So hopefully they're getting what they need and the strike will be over pretty soon. So anyway, fast forward with my primary care provider. He's like, okay, well, since you're not going to get the surgery, you can stop meeting with them and just go ahead and come with me because basically I can give you the prescription and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, in my mind, I was like, dude, you couldn't even get me the prescription on Zepbound. Weight management is I can't talk. Weight management is the one who went to bat and did everything they're supposed to do and got all the correct writing and saying that they needed for the insurance to cover this. So now weight management did all the heavy lifting and all the good writing and whatever I needed to have done had passed. Now you want to pick up. When I was trying to get you to get this stuff cleared, well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. You passed all the requirements. I don't know why they're denying it. Yeah. But anyway, I think I have took enough of your time, my ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go back to work because I got to get these supplies out to these patients. And yeah. So yeah. So that was going on with me, and that's what's happening, and that's what had happened. And my next step is to look for someone who can do some micro braids for me. Not more like braid locks. That's a whole nother situation. And I know you guys probably don't want to talk about and listen to that. I'll save that for another day. But on the Zepbound, way we go. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. I hope you guys are having a blessed day and keep it positive, and I will see you guys next time. Happy New Year. Peace.